1781, a brutal winter storm pounds the jagged cliffs of the Cornish coast. The sea is a black roar, swallowing ship after ship. In a battered lifeboat, a single man washes ashore, half dead, a sailor named Elias Ward. He crawls across the wet rocks until he sees it, a lighthouse. Its lantern glows weakly through the rain, and a bell rings in the fog, not from the sea, but from land. As Elias approaches, the front door creaks open. A woman in mourning black stands inside. She says only one thing. "You're not the first to come out of the sea, but you might be the last." Elias is taken in by the woman. She gives her name as Mrs. Thorne. She speaks little. The cottage adjoining the lighthouse is sparse, lit by oil lamps and filled with books, ropes, and a journal that's always locked shut. He recovers slowly. She brings him soup, never eating with him. Every night, just after midnight, she puts on her cloak, walks to the edge of the cliff, and rings a ship's bell that hangs from a weathered wooden arch. Elias asks why. Mrs. Thorne replies, "I ring for those who haven't finished drowning." Elias begins to grow suspicious. His ship, the Gray Maiden, had over 30 men aboard, but he is the only one accounted for. He asks if other survivors made it ashore. Mrs. Thorne answers cryptically, "Some do. Some wash back. Some stay under." He explores the surrounding coast. No wreckage, no bodies, just bones in tide pools. In the lighthouse's base, he finds drawings scratched into the stone, ships being pulled under by long black tendrils, and figures kneeling before the sea. One night, he follows her up the tower. At the top, Mrs. Thorne places a lantern on the railing and stares out into the black water. She speaks softly. "My husband was keeper here. When our son died at sea, he rang the bell. For days, for weeks, he said the tide could bring the soul back if it was willing." She turns to Elias. And something did come back, but it wasn't our son. That night, Elias hears whispering beneath the floorboards, a voice he recognizes, a friend from his ship, calling from beneath the cottage, begging, choking. Elias confronts her. "What is that thing in the water? What have you brought here?" Mrs. Thorne simply says, "The sea gives and the sea takes, but nothing is free. I rang the bell, and it answered. Now it expects to be fed." He realizes the bell is a bargain. Each ring is a calling. Each shipwreck a tithe. She shows him her journal, unlocked for the first time. Inside are names, dates, ships lost, dozens over the past 30 years, most never reported. One man from each left alive, always one. Elias realizes why he survived. I'm the offering. That night, the bell rings on its own. Wind howls. Water surges up the cliff. From the dark sea, a light pulses underwater, deep, green, slow like breathing. In the distance, figures walk out of the sea. Sailors, bloated, their mouths gaping open, seaweed tangled in their ribs. Among them, Elias sees his crewmates, and one of them is whispering, "Ring it back, ring it back, ring it back." Mrs. Thorne falls to her knees. It's grown hungry. It wants more than one. Elias grabs a hammer and smashes the bell. But instead of silence, he hears it louder, now from the deep below the lighthouse. The floor begins to tremble. From the base of the tower, salt water erupts upward, flooding the stairs. The foghorn blasts, even though no one touched it. Mrs. Thorne is swept into the water, screaming, "Tell it I paid! I paid!" But the sea doesn't answer her. Only Elias hears it now, inside his mind, in his bones, in the salt of his tongue. In 2025, a group of hikers visiting the Cornwall coast find an unmarked bell hanging on an old wooden arch, hidden by thyme and ivy. They ring it for fun. Once, that night, one of them hears knocking from beneath the sand. The next day, a man disappears from their group. His boots are found at the edge of the cliff. Wet footprints lead away. Nearby, carved freshly into the wood of the bell's arch, "Every soul must pay. Ring once, stay twice." One of the hikers, a local named Ben, returns the next week alone. He finds a locked journal half buried near the lighthouse ruins. The final page is written in shaking ink. It doesn't live in the sea. The sea lives in it. The bell is not a warning. It's an invitation. And when it rings again, it won't be asking permission. If you hear a bell ring at midnight on the Cornish coast, don't answer it. Don't go near it. And for God's sake, don't ring it back. Subscribe to Shadows of England for more terrifying legends hidden beneath Britain's past. Before the sea remembers your name too.